This article is going to shock the living junk out of those of you that are selling IULs and ULs. And I want you to understand the impact that you have as a life insurance professional, but also more importantly with this article, the problems that you could have at your doorsteps when you don't know what you're doing. I've seen IULs implode under 3 years, major problems. And I'm going to do a screen share with you about an AP article. This is not the Babylon Bee, my friends. This is the AP, the Associated Press or AP News. Here you go. And I'm going to give you the ability to get this article as well. I'll send you a link to this so that you can look at it with your own eyes as well. But a NASCAR driver, Kyle Busch, sues the insurance company for $8.5 million, alleging deceptive practices. There's too many people out here, too many insurance agents that don't know what the hey-ho they're doing. They're like, oh, tax-free retirement, tax-free miracle. You're going to love this, blah, blah, blah. Sign right here. I'm going to take your bucks. And they're selling policies based on very unrealistic projections that just don't take place. I've seen this in captive life insurance companies where managers told agents to, this is how we do ULs. It's a permanent plan. Wink, wink. And they turned up the target premium tragically to the detriment of the client, where the policy dies in under 3 years. And the client's like, I was told it was a permanent plan and I would pay $300 a month and I'd have blah, blah, blah of a death benefit. And it never took place. The policy imploded itself. It cannibalized. Major consequences to not knowing what you're doing. And that's why I wanted to show you this article. Before you sell an IUL or a UL, you better be looking at the guarantees on that policy, because that's what's going to take place when those projections don't come to fruition. But this is ugly. I'll give you some of the highlights of this article. But Kyle Busch bought what he thought was a safe life insurance plan. Well, buying a safe life insurance plan is great, but he thought this was provide a self-funding income for his retirement. So some of you out there are selling IULs and ULs as some infinite banking concept, tax-free retirement miracle, blah blah blah. Well, guess what? Tragic consequences when you don't know what you're doing. Once Bush and his wife Samantha realized something was wrong, they turned to an independent firm, found that their policy would expire in 16 months, and all of their $10.4 million that they invested was gone. Gone. And this is where, when agents don't know what they're doing, looking at the guarantees of IULs and ULs and know what you're doing. This is not something that you mess around with. This is real money, my friends. When you're selling IULs and ULs, you better know what you're doing. It's just way too tragic to see this happen. And I've seen this happen when I've walked into homes and over the phone done free reviews for folks that have IULs and ULs and found out it wasn't what they were sold. The projections are great when they take place, but when a 2008 happens, what is going to really be the safety net? You better be looking at guaranteed value. Projections became a big problem here, right? Big problem. Him and his wife figured out some things were wrong. 10.4 million gone, right? Now they're going after the insurance company. They said that they didn't reveal the risks of the policies. Now, these are just allegations, all right? So I'm just reading you the article. Not going to, put the gavel down on this. I wasn't there, but if you read this AP article, it's pretty important to understand the problems that are created from agents that don't know what they're doing. Would you say that's important to you? This is kind of crazy. He thought he'd have a tax-free retirement. That's what he thought, right? He thought that he'd be able to take out 800,000 a year when he turned 52. Well, maybe on a projection that isn't taking place. Well, guess what? He was instead told his money went to the insurance company's account instead of being invested into a market. So his investment never went up as the market rose. Well, that's kind of like robbing somebody, right? When all the money's going to the target premium. See the problems here? You're paid based on target. So maybe someone that didn't have ethics or didn't know what they're doing put it all into the target so that their take home was higher instead of putting it into the excess, which is where things can move forward in a good way if things move forward. But what happens if there's no moving forward? What's going to happen now? This is why knowing your guaranteed values on the IULs and ULs is so critical to you not becoming a casualty of the industry. Bush right here says that was a lie. That's not good. I looked at it. If it sounds too good to be true, but you got to believe in those that are looking at it for you and trusting the people. you need to be a professional of your business. That's very impactful. And I've seen so many people with IULs and ULs not be a professional, not knowing what they're doing. Um, Once Busch realized, I'll read you another sentence here. It says, once Busch realized what had happened to him, his attorney, because this is in the middle of litigation, obviously, his attorney found other people who had invested in IULs and lost all of their money. Just read that to you verbatim. All right. This is not good. He got paid, caused huge problems for him. And guess what? We, as insurance agents, need to take our jobs insanely seriously. Here at jasonfinalexpense.com, we love ULs for the right people, but focus on things that are called guaranteed values. And we focus on that because if you fail to focus on guarantees, you're going to get people hurt. Kyle Busch is no dummy. He's a good dude. All right. Never met the guy, but you're not that successful in that space and not know what you're doing. This is disgusting. All right, that he had to go after the agent and the insurance company because his projection never took place. Pie in the sky probably will never happen. And my friends, if you're in this industry, make sure you're intentional because your little flag that you are going to wave by saying, oh, well, my manager told me I just needed to move the target premium up. They told me it was a permanent plan. They told me it was whole life. Don't be using terminology that is not the truth. So many insurance agents are telling clients that IULs and ULs from outside agencies and captive agencies, they're telling them that it's like permanent insurance, it's whole life, it's protection forever. And then you look at the facts of the policy, and the policy dies prematurely. Huge problem. So if you're an agent that sells IULs, take the time to intimately educate yourself about this product. ULs, intimately educate yourself about this product. Focus on true guarantees, not projections that are posing very big problems for great people like Kyle Busch. This is an article that you need to have at your fingertips and understand the full context of this. This is, of course, ongoing. Who knows where the dust settles? But I've seen this take place when I've done free reviews for clients and free reviews for policyholders that purchase something that this very thing that Kyle's alleging has taken place and done. This is a big deal, my friends. So if you're a new insurance agent, maybe at first just focus on final expense. You can't hurt anybody with a guaranteed rate lock and a guaranteed death benefit and guaranteed cash accumulation in the middle. If you're a new agent, maybe focus on term insurance. It's a guaranteed lock for 10, 20, 30, 35 years. The rates never change. It's very simple. You're not going to get in trouble when you know what you're doing. But IULs and ULs, when you're selling on a projection and that doesn't take place, you're putting yourself in harm's way. And more importantly, you're putting your client in harm's way. And that is not okay. Sell whole life, guaranteed rates, guaranteed rate locks, guaranteed interest rates. This is something where you can be very transparent with your consumer as opposed to this kind of a scenario because the agent didn't know what they were doing. And I think there's going to be a lot of things that follow this that are not going to be good for those that don't know what they're doing. This is so important for you. And if you want this article, in the comments, just say, I want the article in the comments below. Do that for me. And then go to jasonfinalexpense.com and just let me know your little screen name in the comments. And I will send you this direct to you so that you can have this article yourself, read it in full detail, so that you can take the time to say, you know what? Maybe I was told some things that the truth as an insurance agent from maybe your own agency on ULs. You need this truth, my friends, so that you can take care of people. The greater that you can make your prospects' lives, the greater that your life can become as an insurance agent. But it's not about you. It's about them. It's about your clients. And if you're a consumer watching this and you'd like to see what you have, you can reach out at my website as well. Love to do a free review for you. But you got to look at the guaranteed values to know that no matter what happens, this is going to keep me safe. No matter what happens to the indexes or what happens moving forward, my money's fine. This is so important that you get these facts early instead of maybe a little too late when you've put all your money out there and realize you got nothing but problems in return, when maybe you thought you were going to get projections of unicorns and rainbows, and well, you found out you robbed your future because you maybe had an agent that failed to show you the guarantees of what you have. So I hope this helps you. This article is kind of important for those of you that are maybe selling on projections. I would encourage you to stop it and start focusing on true guarantees so that you can not only keep your consumer safe, but you can keep yourself in the business, because we need good agents out there. And the last thing we need is agents that are putting these kinds of things in the headlines, because this is not a good day for IULs and ULs. From a lot of agents, it's a lot of them out there that are just trying to get rich quick and causing tragic things of this nature. So I hope this helps you. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer today, but I wanted you to see the details of this article. And once again, put your information down in the comments below, and then go ahead and go to my website, and I will gladly send you an email link with this very article from the AP. I hope this is a help to you. And if you need any resources, Jason, finalexpense.com, we'd love to help you. Remember, my friends, you've got what it takes, but take this seriously, because our clients mean the world to us. We'll see you soon.